morning, YouTube. Good morning, Joseph.
Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Samantha. I've already seen you, though. Not YouTube. I haven't seen you yet. Hello, YouTube.
Well, we did get some snow. We're going to tell you all about it. So come along with us. Friday morning, the day after Turkey Day. How much sleep you get?
I don't remember.
That probably means not enough.
No,
huh?
not bad.
No, it really wasn't that bad.
Normal amount of sleep. It was just broke up into like 3 sections.
Yeah.
2 sections.
So we did a video yesterday.
Look at these snowbanks. Isn't it crazy? This is 3 minutes from our house.
Right.
And there's snowbanks.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. The video yesterday showed like a clear line where the condos are, 15, maybe 20 minutes away from us. There was almost no snow.
You have a really wide, okay, now you're angling it. I was like, you have a really wide cloud. Not be angling it.
But where there was no snow to our house, which we
like
have.
I would have sanded this.
It's a little slippery.
Yeah. Like you can't, this is icy. Packed snow and cold versus like
right.
warm asphalt. Like packed snow on dirt. Like this is slick. Whatever.
But how many inches would you say is at our house?
Our house, I'd say 3, 4. Before it started melting, now it's already melted down to 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Just from like the rain and it being like 34 plus.
But then we're, a little bit down the road, and the further we go,
whoa,
the more snow. What was whoa? I didn't see.
Like the ass end just kicked out.
Oh. I felt that.
I don't know, is there so much more? I'd say this is more like a solid 3 or 4 that's still here. So I'm wondering if this was more like 4 or 5 before it melted, judging by how much there is of a windrow on the
sides. Here. So the condos are all set. They're all salted. So where are we heading?
We are headed to our old town, which is where I grew up, where I talked about yesterday. It was always the very significant difference from the town the condos are in, where I went to high school, and where I lived while I was in high school, I lived my whole life until
you moved.
But anyway, so there's I said it was like progressively more. So this is the town that I said was like next one over that you really noticed a difference. But then when you hit Andover, it was like, oh, yep, we have 4 inches of snow, where there was like an inch or a dusting at school.
Right.
And then it continues, like I said, like New London is always usually hit pretty hard.
And we kept only a small handful of driveways, and we only kept them this year if they could be done at the end of the storm because of the commercial accounts that we have. And I think all but one are dirt driveways. So in situations like this, we always tell our customers we do not plow, especially if it's not frozen, right?
Right.
Dirt driveways, unless they call us and
2 inches of mud under the snow. So.
But we do have one customer with a paved driveway, and we chatted this morning. She's not even home, but she said, you know what, why don't you go do it? And so that's where we're headed.
But I'll probably bust open the girl.
And then while we're in town, even if you don't plow the dirt driveways,
if there's any sort of a windrow that I can
just knock down
without more harm than good, I'll knock the windrow out of the end of the driveway. But I wouldn't plow anything.
Well, Joe, in my experience, I would agree with your approach to this storm.
I know a lot of people did. A lot of people yesterday plowed.
We're out plowing.
And that's good for them. That's good for
their wallet.
Good for their wallet, but I leave it up to the customer because, yeah, you wind up just wrecking their driveway most of the time for something that, you know, is probably going to be gone in a day or two. So,
and we say leave up to our customers to a certain point if it's going to affect how we plow or something. But
like
this
every driveway over this way is plowed, but
yeah, that's crazy. But all right, we'll take you along with us. We'll see what it looks like a couple towns over. I know some of you might not know what this is, but this is called old school. Right, Joe?
Yep. That's what I prefer when it comes to my work trucks.
Yeah.
It's kind of a pain, and definitely if I was buying a nice truck, obviously you want power windows. It's pretty standard nowadays. But in a work truck, the last thing I want is, like, especially plowing, all this electrical stuff here to get wet because I plow with the window open all the time. So I'd rather a good old-fashioned, not gonna let me down crate windows. If they do let me down, it's a $50 part.
It's like a magic trick. You can go from what, 8 foot to 10 foot? With a click of a button. So this here is what Joe refers to as what? A Florida driveway.
Not designed for snowplow.
Not designed for winter in New Hampshire when you have no place you can push the snow on 3 sides, more or less.
It's best if you have like a snowblower or a tractor. When we lived next door, I would use a tractor. A little too far away for that now.
Yes.
And all the equipment, other than the loader, is on snow sites. So
back dragging, half of it is...
I'll just park the loader here.
It'd be bigger than the whole driveway.
Just park it next door.
That would be funny. Nice work. High five. All right, 2 done, 1 to go. We're not doing this like whole driveway, but they live right off the state road. So throughout the winter, if it's not over a certain amount of inches, we just do it, you know, to be helpful and kind.
Kind of a courtesy.
Yeah, that's a great word.
Courtesy for our customers. I'm driving by. It takes 2 minutes tops.
So we just kind of open up so that they can get out of the driveway without, you know, getting stuck at the bank at the end of the driveway. Because you're such a good guy, Joseph.
Oh, yeah. Or a poor businessman.
Or a poor businessman. You can be both.
Yeah, it's a good thing this is doing parking lots because this is not a good driveway truck.
No, you're good. Alright, we're on the last residential driveway that we're going to be just cleaning up the ends. Then we're going to just do a drive-through at the condos, make sure all the salt's working. You're good. Everything looks good and melted and dry there. So we'll see you over there. I know Harvey kind of showed you guys yesterday in the video, but the further we get...
Like, look what we just plowed.
Right, and then...
10, 15 minutes. Well, even the driveway we just did, that was 5
minutes. And now there's almost no snowbanks, almost no snow. So we probably don't even have to drive to the condos But we have this like weird obsession with our accounts that like we need our eyes on it and and there could be a lot of times cold spots.
The judgment call that I make versus what Samantha would make may be two different things, so it's a good idea for her to get a set of eyes on what I thought was okay.
We're a great team.
Because if she, well, no, right, because if you disagree and you think that I should have done or should do more, now's the time to go.
I don't think we're going to be seeing difference of opinion. There is no snow.
Well,
but yes, making sure there's no ice spots or
not
whatever.
To like say.
But you did salt it this morning, so I don't think it's going to be a problem.
In this morning, probably a bit excessive. Probably could have done one or the other, but
I was worried that was Thanksgiving, maybe more traffic. Everybody is probably home, and I just wanted to make sure it was good. I didn't tell you to salt it both times. I just wanted to check it and make sure it was good. But I would rather...
And the only thing that I was like, the only thing that really had any sort of a white look to it were the sidewalks. But it wasn't enough. Like, if I ran the plow over the sidewalks, it wouldn't have done anything.
And when I
it was too warm to really worry about salting them.
Yeah.
And then as I drove in here, I drove through two different towns right here that have sidewalks. So right through this section, this Bosquen, Concord, Pennacook, whatever, their sidewalks looked identical to ours. Like,
so
they
I'm guessing they're pretty bare.
They didn't do anything. So I was like, well, if that's good enough for a municipality with like, you know,
a whole town.
Yeah, it's probably okay for me to call that okay.
Yeah.
Had I known that it was going to remain like cold or something, or we had a new storm front moving in, or other factors like that, I may have done something. But knowing that today was going to be,
I was just going to show the temperature, but
again, not the fancy truck. But anyway, knowing that the temperature was going to be 40 and close to it for a good part of the day, I made the call that it was all right.
No, I think that was a great call. I don't know, Joe. These sidewalks are pretty questionable.
I'm impressed. I'm hoping you'll see one section that I'm talking about.
That
maybe
there
in a
was,
shady area.
Yeah.
Or somewhere up here by the river where it's colder.
I mean, honestly, there's a little more snow than I expected.
See right there? Like,
oh, yeah.
You know, this whole section was like that.
Right.
But now as the sun's hitting it and the salt's working it,
yeah,
it's doing its thing just fine. Somebody put out quite a bit of salt. But that's not, I mean, that's pretty good. That's, I'd say probably 2, maybe a little more than 2 yards.
Yeah.
Sanded this well twice.
I think it's good that you treated it, and I think it's perfect. Keep up the great work.
I'm gonna make sure I backed along there good.
Yep. And then we're just gonna get a camera to put in like that tree so that we can see the parking lot and see how much snow there is, and we can keep an eye on our equipment.
Yeah, you ordered one, correct?
Yep, so that'll be up in a day or so.
Didn't have to push any snow, but feeling out, you know, salting it and how much salt it takes and what the kind of the areas that maybe seem a little bit colder. Yeah. Which actually we're headed to one of them. This corner and down below is right along the river, so I'm interested to see. That had the most amount of like slush. I still wouldn't call it snow or any sort of accumulation to the point that you could say there was an inch or 2 inches or whatever. It was just slushy and like kind of windrowy. So I'm interested to see what the salt did down there in just a second. But yeah, I can hit these sidewalks really well just like that. So yeah, there won't be very many sidewalks that we have to salt with the four-wheeler.
Right. And they take care of their personal walkways from the main walkway, like from that point into their house. So we don't have to worry about that. I love mowing this place. I don't love snow. I don't know. At least I'm like in a warm truck, I guess, when I'll be here with you. Or on a four-wheeler. We're not really sure who's doing what yet.
I think.
Oh yeah, but you can tell how much colder it is down here along the
like,
water.
You know, like a coating of slush.
Yeah.
Like that's how a few spots were down through here. But
Yeah.
you can tell that it's not froze. It might have been for a brief moment in between salting last night and salting this morning. It
Yeah.
might have slicked up in spots like that. But with the salt on it, again, it's just slush. So I think we're good.
I think we are
And
good.
even see what this does.
With your 8-foot plow.
What do you think?
Well, I think I'm going to wrap
How
up
did
this
I do?
video. I think you did a fabulous job. I appreciate you. And we hope you guys all had the best Thanksgiving.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
Everybody's
And,
waking up from their food comas,
yeah, going out shopping maybe.
eating leftovers for breakfast.
Well, we haven't really ate, so it's noon. We're going to go home and have leftovers, or at least I am. And then find out what we're going to do for the day.
This is how my schedule gets during plow snow season. I never know what time it is. I know it's either light or dark, so I know it's like night or day-ish. And then, what was it, like 5:30 this morning I came home? After coming down here at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah.
Opened the fridge, and so I brought a Moxie at 5 o'clock in the morning because I didn't want to take the time to make a coffee. And then when I got home, I ate a half a leftover mushroom Swiss burger. So that's how my schedule goes for food, sleep, whatever.
But I do know that tonight at our local high
Can I go
school,
up that way?
you didn't, well, I've been in the truck. It's alumni night. It's an alumni basketball game, and our oldest son is playing in it. So we're super excited to go cheer him on. He graduated a couple years ago, and he's had a little warm up because he's been on the men's league team and practicing, and our two boys have been on the same team together, which that has been super fun to watch. But now it'll be fun to see Colby play on the alumni and see if alumni can beat the juniors and seniors. But all right, hope you guys take care. Have a great weekend, and we will see you all soon. Peace out, YouTube.